Rail out 15, and they're set race 1. Just about ready. The all clears come through. They're off, and Bayrina a little slow, and Nuance missed the start. And Supersede gets back to third last early. Enemy first out. Away quickly on the outside is Brilliant Crown, and settling third on the rail is Avilda, followed by Miss Watika, Supersede, 1 to Bayrina, and 2 lengths to Nuance last of all. So they head towards the 1,000-metre mark. Brilliant Crown has worked to the lead, a length in front. Enemy is second. Miss Watika's ahead away third the outside, and then Avilda fourth on the rail. A length and a half further back is Supersede. Second last Bayrina with Nuance on her outside. Brilliant Crown runs the field down towards the turn at the 800. 3/4 of a length clear. Enemy is second. Avilda third on the inside of Miss Watika. 2 lengths Supersede, and Bayrina towards the tail end on the inside of Nuance. It's now coming up towards the turn. Brilliant Crown by a neat length. Enemy is second. Miss Watika third outside Avilda from Supersede, and then Nuance and Bayrina's last of all and struggling. Round the turn at the 500 metres. Brilliant Crown in front of Enemy. Avilda waiting for a run behind them. Miss Watika and Supersede swing a bit wide into the straight now. Brilliant Crown leads by 2 lengths from Enemy in second, placing under pressure. Avilda ducking about, trying to come off the heels of the leader, is running on well. Miss Watika is struggling at the moment and got held up slightly there. It's Avilda now at the 200 metres, racing up and going to the lead. Avilda takes the lead from Brilliant Crown, and then Supersede and Miss Watika battling it out, but Avilda's drawing clear in the run home, and Avilda with the blinkers on goes on to win by 2 lengths to Brilliant Crown. Miss Watika third, and they're followed by Supersede. Enemy tired badly and beat only Bayrina and Nuance to the line.
Stand well. Cordon Bleu was hard to load, but she's well behaved in the gate. Zali's rider not quite ready with the white cap drawn about gate 6. He's moving around in the saddle. Sancta Sanctorum stood well. He's got them this time, and they're off with Timeless Image out wide and Montana Gold with the purple cap away quickly. Zali Ride with the wind away smartly. Going quickly, Kieran Lady, and Keena's not far away as Cordon Bleu settles in about 8th position. Triple Salchow on the fence of Mogadonna improving, a length to Cabaret Girl. Thorina Sherelle getting back, 2 lengths to Bounty's Angel, and Sancta Sanctorum went out to the tail of the field at the 750. Timeless Image in charge. Ride with the wind travelled up comfortably to be second. Montana Gold third, but a little bit wide. Kieran Guy on the inside racing fourth. Between runners Keena and Mogadonna and the Cerise going around them. 2 lengths to Cabaret Girl wide around Zali. Triple Salchow the fence from Thorina. 2 lengths to Cordon Bleu. Then came Sherelle, Bounty's Angel, and Sancta Sanctorum at the tail of the field on the bend. And Ride with the wind going the better. Moved up on the outside. Montana Gold 3 wide. Timeless Image the fence, and Mogadonna to the outside. York's full bore now, and the Wajib filly Ride with the wind went to the front. Montana Gold and Mogadonna are trying hard. Mogadonna on the outsides after Ride with the wind, who's still in front. Cabaret Girl late. Mogadonna coming home a bit the better. Hits the lead from Ride with the wind and Cabaret Girl, and Mogadonna wins. Ride with the wind second. Cabaret Girl, I think, third from Montana Gold. Then came Bounty's Angel making up a stack of ground from Thorina, Triple Salchow. Sherelle was next from Keena, who didn't come on the straight. Kieran Lady well back in the field with Zali, Timeless Image. Sancta Sanctorum and Cordon Bleu was last home. A little bit too good over the concluding stages. With
the Mutiara showing some speed on the inside, but hunted up to be there. Favelli's got good early speed and draws out to be about a length of Mutiara. Lady Roseland getting into a little bit of a jam there. It's pretty tight. We've got a few of them. Habibi, Magic of the Mountain, also there in the middle is Gilbert Street. Already they've got a couple away now. Habibi drops off behind those. 2 lengths further back in the field, diffusing. Further back then Aben Ezra, who's one of the last with Netherton. Coming towards the home turn, and the leader is Favelli clearly by a couple. Easing to the outside now is Mutiara, the top weight, and TAB favourite to come after it. And now Mutiara races up quickly to join Favelli. They're 3 in front then of Gilbert Street, the inside. Wider out Lady Roseland, then Magic of the Mount Habib by Aben Ezra. Fusing ducked out and bumped with Netherton. Inside the 200 though, Mutiara, the top weight, has the measure of Favelli it seems. Mutiara starting to draw away from it. Favelli battles on doggedly and a long break to Gilbert Street, but Mutiara does it nicely. Length and a quarter on the line, second Favelli. 6 lengths away, third Gilbert Street from Aben Ezra running on with on the outside Fusing. Netherton made a bit of ground. Further back, Habib by Lady Roseland, Magic of the Mount together at the tail.
Blue Pharaoh drifting back in the early stages with Back there, My Ginger Man settling, and McCoy's Brothers going out quickly in company with Wasabi. King's Choice pushing up inside the pair of them, and Mr. Miller holds the rails in that bunch. About a length behind them near the inside is Gattaca. Blue Pharaoh is around it. Contracts right off the track with Station Ruler nearing the home turn. And in a bunch field, My Ginger Man one of the last, and Bluesman is last, but only about 5 lengths covered them. Across the track, Mr. Miller leads on the rail into the straight from King's Choice, and Gattaca's got up behind the leader. They're being followed by Wasabi under pressure. So is Blue Pharaoh. Bluesman coming home on the inside. Mr. Miller the leader. Gattaca's in the clear from behind him and is pouncing on him quickly at the 200 metres. Wants to duck in a little bit, but Gattaca goes to the lead over Mr. Miller. Here's Contracts out in the middle of the course. Gattaca in front of Bluesman and Contracts, and Gattaca's clear. Gattaca takes it out well from Bluesman second, Contracts third, then Blue Pharaoh, Mr. Miller. In behind those to finish in the race. At the head of the others were My Ginger Man and King's Choice, followed by Wasabi, Station Ruler and McCoy.
There they go. Perfect Flight and Linjan were the first two into stride, with Perfect Flight just shading Linjan. Radical Lass got away swiftly and makes a line of 3, followed by Sweet Thursday, then Cajun Lass. Further back on the inside to Zab Watch from Zamadar, and dropping back to the tail of the field is Subway. Well, after the first 250 metres, Perfect Flight holds the inside and a narrow lead from Radical Lass, the outsider. A length and a half to Linjan settling third, a bit more than 2 then to Sweet Thursday. Further back to Zab Watch from Subway, and Zamadar is back at the tail of the field. They work down the back with 900 metres to run, and Perfect Flight is running along. A length and a half clear from Radical Lass second. A bit more than 2 lengths away to the race favourite Linjan in third position, then Sweet Thursday, Cajun Lass. Further back to Zab Watch from Subway, and Zamadar is still back at the tail of the field. They're fairly well strung out as they start the climb up the hill now, and Perfect Flight leads the way by a bit more than a length to Radical Lass. Linjan given every hope on the run in third position, followed by Sweet Thursday. Now Zab Watch starts a run. Di gets going on it. Further back to Cajun Lass. Then Zamadar, and last of all is Subway as head start to turn for home now. And Perfect Flight's being tackled by Radical Lass, and now Linjan moves up on the outside, and in a bound the favourite Linjan race to the lead from Radical Lass. Clear of Zab Watch starting to run on, and then Cajun Lass, but inside the 200 metres, and Linjan has raced well clear from Radical Lass. Then Cajun Lass and Zab Watch battling out third, but Linjan's in front. It's drawing clear from Radical Lass, and here's an easy win for the favourite Linjan. Linjan beat Radical Lass with Cajun Lass third, followed in by Zab Watch, then Sweet Thursday. Perfect Flight after setting the speed dropped off. Then came further back to Subway, and Damadar was the last one to finish. Winner of the race, number 1, Linjan.
First on Mutiara, and now he's down and out in the second. As I say, we hope he's okay, essentially. Now, the others have all been loaded for the second division of the Sabres handicap for 2-year-olds. 1 or 2 of them not concentrating, attendants working with them. Starter hasn't come around to the front of the stalls as yet. And Sir, and also slow to begin Lord of the Manor, getting back in the field with Salazar. Away quickly was the well-supported at odds Angel Dust to lead clearly early from Lacaim second. Bay Kingdom to third, Navarroic, followed then by Wild Streak and then Unbounded. They were followed 2.5 away by Archway Lass and Stint. 2 lengths further back to Bugatti Dancer, and 7 lengths away last of all Lord of the Manor, not stretching out really at the moment. Inside the 600, and Angel Dust shows them clearly into the straight, leads by 2.5 Lacaim second, followed then on the inside Navarroic, wider out Bay Kingdom. They were followed by Wild Streak to the outside, further back Unbounded, Archway Last Stint, followed then by Salazar and also Bugatti Dancer, and only 3 lengths away Lord of the Manor's made some ground. Lacaim comes at Angel Dust, Navarroic on the inside as they race to the 100. Angel Dust and Lacaim. Angel Dust, the insiders fighting on. Lacaim can't quite get to Angel Dust, and Angel Dust wins it by a 3/4 length margin over Lacaim. 2.5 away third, Navarroic, Bay Kingdom, then Unbounded, Wild Streak, Stint. Further back Archway Lass. Lord of the Manor caught the field and beat 2 of them home. They were Salazar and Bugatti Dancer.
So the numbers there, 10, 3 and 11. They held for us there at Sandown Park, so we thank them as we take you back to Ron Hawkswell.
Last of the Greyhounds boxed, and the green light on.
The third, in fact, they're almost set as we take you back to Greg Miles.
Now Premier Spy is played up down towards the inside, settled again. Captorino stands nicely. Field just about right to go. Captain Cortez, another Timar, stood well. Gallady standing up beautifully, awaiting the clear. They're off. Gallady out pretty well. Another Timar jumped okay. Centennial showing pace. Captarino settling off the speed early. Premier Spy dropped out to be last. Show Love was away well, but Bellavinder's cut the field off now as they settle down after going 250. Bellavinder out wide the leader. Centennial getting up along the inside into second with another Timar handy to those. Coniston Edition wider out from Show Love. A length then Captain Cortez on the rail from Tycoon Princess. They're followed by Pirate Copy Regula. Gallady a fair way back coming around the home turn. A couple to Captarino well off the pace from Premier Spy and Make Mine Cash swinging wide. Into the straight, Centennial got up on the inside to take the lead. On the outside of it is another Timar, and they're clear now. Gallady is switching course. He's coming through on the rails. Then Tycoon Princess and Coniston Edition. At the 200 metres, another Timar the leader. Gallady after at the rail from Centennial Captain Cortez. It's another Timar in front. Gallady coming after it. Another Timar from Gallady. Another Timar and Gallady. They go to the line. Another Timar. I'd say just beat Gallady in a photo. Captarino flashing home out wide will grab third from Tycoon Princess, Coniston Edition, Captain Cortez, then Centennial, Bellavinder, Pirate Copy. Back behind them were Regula, Make Mine Cash, Premier Spy, and Show Love's dropped out of it to finish at the tail. Judge calls for the photo here to separate another Timar.
So Prophet's Kiss is in. And the starter will let them go shortly, and attended him with Better Still is drawn out in gate 9. That horse looks to have settled. And the gates open. Away they go near the inside. Infatuated jumped out okay. So did Reno Lad, who's up looking for the lead. Tower of Terror showing a bit of pace. And likewise the grey horse, Go Radar. And Go Radar is speeding down the centre of the track. And he's going to cross down to the rails and lead by a length and a half to Reno Lad. Better Still moves up into third spot on the outside of Tower of Terror. And Infatuated's three back the rails. They're followed then by Tobacco Flat. Three wide Prophet's Kiss from Dane Gold. Second last is Percentia. And last of all is Bounty's Delight. They work into the back now, and Buckley settles on Go Raider, and it leads the way by a length and a half to Reno Lad second. Infatuated third on the inside of Better Still, followed by Tower of Terror on the outside of Dane Gold. Then Tobacco Flat, the inside of Prophet's Kiss, a length and a half to Percentia, and Bounty's Delight is back at the tail of the field. Into the back now, 1,100 metres to run, and Go Radar is freewheeling in the lead by 2.5 to Reno Lad, with Better Still third. Infatuated well held together on the fence in fourth position, followed by Dane Gold, then Tower of Terror. Further back to Tobacco Flat on the inside of Prophet's Kiss is still back in the third last position. Then came Percentia, and Bounty's Delight is still back at the tail of the field. They've got 750 metres to run, and Go Radar in front by a length on Reno Lad. Infatuated now into a clear third in advance of Better Still. Then Dane Gold on the inside of Tower of Terror is starting to improve its position. Prophet Kiss about to be asked the question. Then Tobacco Flat, still second last Percentia, and Bounty's Delight's at the tail of the field. 400 metres to run, and Go Radar a neck in front of Reno Lad second, Better Still third, followed by Dane Gold. Infatuated's looking for a run between runners. Prophet's Kiss is under a lot of pressure back in the field. Tobacco Flat went straight by it inside the 200 metres, and Better Still raced to the lead. It's Better Still a neck in front from Reno Lad. Infatuated, Dane Gold and Tower of Terror, but Better Still's drawn clear, and Better Still's too good. Better Still has beaten either Dane Gold or Infatuated, the 2 in it for second. Tower of Terror next from Prophet's Kiss, who took an age to get going. Then Tobacco Flat. Further back came Go Radar rather, then Percentia, and Bounty's Delight was back at the tail of the field. Number 6, the winner, Better Still. 9:20 and 2.
Bouquet is there with them, and also Brinkley Lass joining in to go to third ahead of Russ Bouquet. Too Far, followed then by back behind them Brinkley Lass, and Brinkley Lass is the one that's forward of the Aldridge pair. Then further back Russ Bouquet, and they were followed then back in the field by Evening Walk. Well back at that point was Isa Nero, Heavenly Pearl, Naga Nu, Sea Dam, William Vane, Kerr, Currency Moon going up on the rail. They're in two divisions as they turn for home, where Aramis led from Udance. Over on the outside Brinkley Lass, Russ Bouquet behind them needing a run. Too Far joins in, also making ground out wide now. With a good finish was Russ Bouquet, and also wider out Pride of Regal, but Brinkley Lass has sailed to the lead. Inside the 150, got clear by 2. Too Far and Udance battle out the minor issue, but it's Brinkley Lass for Dean Cleaver going home strongly with the gold armbands and cap, and wins by 2 3/4 lengths to Too Far. Third Udance from Russ Bouquet. and or rather I should say King Galileo. Then came further back behind those, we've got Russ Bouquet. They were followed by Evening Walk and New Dance. Further back behind those Naga Noof, then Currency Moon, and they were followed back behind those by William Van Keur. Then came further back Heavenly Pearl. Aramis showed speed
for the fourth of the afternoon. Light flashing away. Our Natural drawn the inside. Sky Bonnier stood well. Count the Kisses made a good line. They're off now. And Jolly Pal, the one that blew the start completely and dropped out to be 2 or 3 lengths away. Sky Bonnier next to last. And Isnick is the first to bounce out of the stalls in front of Stelladoro going up to second. In third placing then came, as they settle down, Count the Kisses with Weather Alert on the outside of her. Then came Royal Wonder fifth on the rail from Besta Barossa. Angel Spirit about the middle of the field, and then Our Natural and Denickling. Wonder Royal Gesture and Nachina followed by Sky Bonnier and Jolly Pal as last of all. Down the hill they run, 700 to go. And the leader is Isnick, 3/4 Stelladoro. A length and a quarter away, Count the Kisses in the box seat, third on the inside of Weather Alert. Angel Spirit coming wide around the outside of them next, and then Besta Barossa. All Royal Wonder losing ground on the inside, sharply back through the field. Jolly Pal hooks out wide. Denickling is ahead of her, and then Royal Gesture in the straight now at the 400-metre mark, and Isnick out in front by a length and a half. He's pulled the whip on Stelladoro. Then Weather Alert, Angel Spirit, Denickling coming down the outside, and then Count the Kisses. Angel Spirit moved up fast on the outside now to go to the lead. Coming after it is Denickling. It's Angel Spirit from Denickling and Weather Alert. Angel Spirit under the whip, fighting enough for Oliver, and Angel Spirit's going on to win it. Angel Spirit first, beats Denickling. Weather Alert, I think, will just hold on to third. Besta Barossa and Nachina are with her from Our Natural. And close up then was Royal Gesture. Back behind those horses then Count the Kisses and Jolly Pal. Followed further back by Isnick and Stelladoro, with Sky Bonnier back at the tail of the field. And one more Royal Wonder after losing ground swiftly around the turn.
By opponent, Medicine well back with Check Benoni and Towels at the tail of the field. 700 metres out, he can't hold Pioneer, he's bolted away, led by 3.5 lengths on Bystander. Old Trafford a neck away the outside, 2 lengths to Calgary Prince, then came Blazing Bart. Silver Maple with the red cap on the fence. Trust in Cash was next from Kai Tusa. Medicine, Towers going forward on the outside of opponent, and Check Benoni's last of all. Coming to the bend, 350 out. Pioneer in front, Old Trafford given a cut with the whip by Robertson to chase. In the centre is Bystander. They're coming after the leader. 2 lengths to Calgary Prince and Kai Tusa. She's coming to the outside and unleashing a strong run from Silver Maple. Calgary Prince at Old Trafford have hit the front. Here's Kai Tusa. Tal from a long way back running on. Calgary Prince hit the lead. Kai Tusa's trying hard. Look at Tal. Tal coming home all over the top of them. Tal from second last hit the lead, and Tal goes home to win from Calgary Prince and Kai Tusa. Check Benoni, stablemate of the winner, got home well to finish in fourth. They were followed by Old Trafford. Then came Silver Maple, Blazing Bart, Trust in Cash. Well back in the field, Bystander, opponent. Pioneer gave in quickly, and last of all was Medicine. That's been
Light isn't on as yet. It is now, and they've jumped. And Currency Treese bumped there with Wicked Dream on settling. Wicked Dream's racing with the head to the side. Bruskin, one of the best into stride. Scenesy, top of the show, begun well. So is Observant and Lovers look out wide out. Arab Sconda takes hold, tries to drop in somewhere. Reddest Air pushes up in the middle. Eastman the rail. Back on the outside of those, Fras Sun 4 deep at the poster circuit to travel. In behind Arab Sconda, the Stablemate Military Orbit nearly got onto its heels. Over on the inside, Currency Treese followed further back by our Agassi. One of the last now is Manatsky, and on its inside back with it about second last, Wicked Dream. They've chopped and changed a little. Bruskin shows the way, a half clear of Observant was second. Third, Scenesy on the inside of top of the show. Now Scenesy dipped there for a moment. Then came Eastman on the inside of Red Astaire. They were followed at the 1400 metre point now by Lovers Lookout. Arab Sconda next on the outside. Then on the inside, Currency Treese. Further back to Fras Sun. A length and a half further back to Military Orbit, and they were followed by Wicked Dream with our Agassi trapped 3 deep, and a length and a half away Manatsky at the tail of the field and held together. Racing along the far side now, and with about 1100 to run, it's Bruskin narrowly from in second placing on the outside Observant. Nearly 2 lengths away, top of the show outside of Scenesy together. Another couple of lengths further back, then Red Astaire the centre. Lovers Lookout still 3 deep, and Eastman the rail. Arab Sconda next. With it there was Fras Sun, and on the inside Currency Treese. Then our Agassi commencing a run, but 3 deep, followed by Military Orbit. Wicked Dreams just about called it a day as they go by the 800, and one of the last now is Manatsky with it. Out wide on the track, Observant goes to head Bruskin as they go down to the 600 and draws a length clear. Third came Senacy, then Red Astaire fourth. Top of the show's not doing a great deal at the moment. Lovers Lookout passes it on its inside. Then Fra's Son making a bit of ground from Eastman, followed by Currency Treese, and then Arab Sconda. Then Military Orbit well back in the field as top of the show drops out of it. Over on the outside, Aragacy, followed by Manatsky, and forget about Wicked Dream. Observant the leader down to the 200, but Red Astaire comes at it quickly now. Red Astaire puts in a big finish on the outside and races past the other one, Observant. Here's Currency Treese out of the pack, and Lovers Lookout trying to make ground, but Red Astaire is hot-footing it to the line. Red Astaire is going to win it easily and scores by about 2.5 to Currency Treese. Lovers Lookout. Wasn't a bad run, it was wide throughout. Then Senacy from Observant. Then came Military Orbit, made a bit of ground with Fra's Son Eastman. Further back Manatsky, a break then to Arab Sconda. Then Bruskin followed by Aragacy and Wicked Dream. And top of the show, he's pulled up at the tail of the field.
You back to Greg Miles.
Last couple getting set. $3.80 for Carter Square, $3.90 Storm Eagle. Just about right to go, it appears. Prince Humble taking the outside barrier. Off they go. And let's see now. Above the Stars was the first to bounce out over on the outside, but now Seymour's Edge hunts through in the early part and leads in company with Amazon Lad 3/4 away the rail. Doolin Gem is third. Then came Alhambra, followed by Above the Stars. Over on the inside of it, Our Imposing from Nullarbor Knights, and then Storm Eagle. 2 or 3 lengths further back as Carter Square on the inside of Rainbow Brave. Violent Storm next to last, and Prince Humble was last of all. Heading to the 1,000 metre mark now. Seymour's Edge in front of Doolin Gem. Nullarbor Knights moving up on the outside to go to a more prominent position. Couple of lengths, Amazon Lad fourth on the inside of Alhambra. Then Rainbow Brave in the pink colours tracking out wide, followed then by Our Imposing on the rail. With it is Storm Eagle. A length and a half further back as Above the Stars, drifting back a little, being followed by Carter Square. Violent Storm next to last, and Prince Humble nearing the 600 metres now, and Seymour's Edge 3/4. Nullarbor Knights is second. One Doolin Gem. Amazon Lad fourth the inside from Rainbow Brave. Our Imposing being followed further back by Alhambra. Then a couple of lengths to Carter Square, a long way from them. So is Storm Eagle and Above the Stars when they corner, and Violent Storm one at the last, and Prince Humble at the 400 metres. Seymour's Edge the leader. Amazon Lad coming after it now very quickly from Nullarbor Knights. Wider out Doolin Gem, followed by Alhambra. Then Our Imposing coming through near the inside as they reach the 200 metres. Amazon Lad has raced to the lead from Seymour's Edge, and then Our Imposing battling along fairly. Amazon Lad hands and heels doing a bit too well, and Amazon Lad gets home. Amazon Lad wins it from Seymour's Edge. Our Imposing third. Then Violent Storm, Carter Square, Storm Eagle being followed by behind those Nullarbor Knights and Prince Humble. Then Alhambra, Doolin Gem, Rainbow Brave, and Above the Stars.
Starting to peg him back. Cozumel behind those from Trust in Dreams and Gumnut Geiger. She's picking up the bit and running on. York had taken Dance With Me to the lead at the 150. Trying hard Monterey Bay, Cozumel. Gumnut Geiger is storming home, but Dance With Me's in front and she'll get home. Dance With Me wins a long neck to a half length on the line. Gumnut Geiger second. Cozumel third from Monterey Bay, Star Century. Trust in Dreams disappointing and Shootout last home. Wanted to pull hard in the early stage.
Taylor Men Racing Club handicap. Port Augusta tomorrow. 7-man card. Starter holds them. They've had little or no rain at Port Augusta, so the track will be good. One or two of them just a little edgy. There's the light. He's happy with them this time, and they're on their way. Brave and Crazy, Just Richard beaten for early speed. Good battle for the early lead. Brave Masque gets to the front shortly after. With it on the inside, Keep on Top pushing through. Acheron to third. Just Richard recovers from a sluggish start to go up to be third. Acheron now back to fourth. Satanic on the outside of Battle Post. Belly Dancers deep around those from Shops in Brave and Crazy. And last of all is No Pockets. As they move along the 1,200 metre mark, Brave and the leader, Brave Masque, clears out now to lead by 2.5. Second, Keep on Top. Third, Just Richard. A neck the outside, Acheron. Battle Post the inside, but held back off the heels of Just Richard. Outside of it at the 1,000 was Satanic, the favourite. He'd be 5 lengths off the lead at this stage, maybe 6. 2.5 away, Belly Dancer, Shops in, followed by No Pockets and Brave and Crazy. About to thunder downhill now. Going by the 800, and Brave Masque is a clear leader. 2.5 in advance of Keep on Top. Acheron, Just Richard now under the pump, and going past it on the outside, the favourite Satanic with a nice run. They were followed by Battle Post. Belly Dancers well back before straightening. Shopson goes through on the inside. No Pockets the outer. And two to Brave and Crazy. Around the turn for home, 450 out. Brave Masque by a length and a half. No, on the outside coming after it now is Keep on Top. Wider out, Acheron's putting in a bit of a run from Satanic, 2 away, but still making ground nicely. Battle Post, No Pockets and Belly Dancer heads the others. 200 out though, Keep on Top got clear. Satanic's not travelling like a winner now, it's gone. And Keep on Top dashed away with a very big break. Satanic is labouring into second spot, but down the outside, No Pockets will claim that in turn. And Keep on Top goes on to win by about 5. Second, No Pockets. Third, Satanic. Pretty ordinary run on face value. And then came over on the inside. We've got Acheron, who stuck on pretty well. Belly Dancer, Brave and Crazy. Brave Masque Shops into Break Battle Post, and tailed off was Just Richard.
And Ruchacha at 640. Gee, they've backed everything. 692 are the tips there.
1200 metres, Beja Floor resuming, drawn gate 1. All clears through, gates are back. Beja Floor began very quickly. Blazicano missed it by 2 lengths. Timpernet was one of the first to head out now as they settle down. Yaramis jumped all right as they settled fully. Tamarg's going to the lead. Aubrey on her outside. Tamarg leads Aubrey. Marimba going to third. They're followed by Golden Express. Timpernet on the rails running 5th, and they're followed by Bohemian Melody, Yaramis. Next, Lindenark, Beja Floor on the rail. Followed further back, Powery Miss Out wider, 1.5 to Miss Ella Luwilla, and Blazicano last. Tamarg led Aubrey coming down the side to the 650. 2 lengths away is Marimba on the outside of Timpernet and Golden Express. 1 further back, Bohemian Melody. Yaramis is in the centre, and over on the inside, Beja Floor from Lindenark. Powery Miss swinging wide, and then came Miss Ella third to last, followed by Luwilla and Blazicano going poorly at the tail. Tamarg leads in the straight at the 400 metres. Aubrey a length and a half away, called on for the run from Timpernet on the rail. Beja Floor's into the clear. Marimba on the outside from Yaramis inside the 200 now, and here it's Beja Floor after the leaders. Aubrey, Tamarg and Timpernet down on the inside. It's now Beja Floor the outside, Tamarg and Timpernet. Timpernet in the middle, Tamarg and Beja Floor. Timpernet and Tamarg. Tamarg kicks, and I think Tamarg on the inside from Timpernet or Beja Floor. Just behind those in the race to finish were Aubrey, and then came Miss Ella, who's made some ground from Lindenark and Yaramis. Then Marimba, Golden Express, Bohemian Melody, Luwilla, Blazicano and Powery Miss, one of
Back on the inside, settling is Funding in 5th position, a length to LA Blur, wide out for Yordland with the blue colours. They were followed by Cossack Raider. Capital Callers getting a fair way back with Hurlstonian. Mono Bank, Lady Can Do and Balance 3 deep at the tail of the field. Legends the front runner, 1,500 metres out, led by 2 lengths on Scion. Funding on the fence third. Going up Jangles, but 3 deep, and Town Hall's in the centre, beautifully parked off the pace as the leader starts to race away down the back. A length away, LA Blur, he's in 6th position. A length for Yordland, Cossack Raider, Capital Call. Hurlstonian on the outside from well back, Mono Bank, Balance and Lady Can Do. Legends was pulling very hard against the rider at the 1,000 metres mark, and he's turned him loose. He raced away to lead by 6 lengths on Scion and Town Hall. Jangles cutting the breeze out, 3 deep on the fence. Funding from LA Blur in the centre. For Yordland, 3 deep, but she does have cover. She's a bit worse than centre field. Then came Capital Call. It was followed on the outside of those by Cossack Raider going forward. Hurlstonian. Mono Bank balances a long way back, and Lady Can Do last of all. 600 metres out. Legends making every poster winner, but he's starting to get tied. Led 5 lengths on Scion. Town Hall slapped up. Going up deep as Jangles. A length away for Yordland, about to switch 4 deep and doing so. Hurlstonian with the white cap, a very deep runner running on. LA Blur next. Funding on the fence from Cossack Raider as they turn the bend. Legends 300 metres out in front. 2 lengths to Scion. For Yordland the outside from Jangles. Then came Hurlstonian, LA Blur down the centre of the track. Town Hall a run near last. Here's Hurlstonian and for Yordland. For Yordland at the 100, hit the lead from Hurlstonian. Balances pelting down the centre. Here's the big boy. Balance on the outside, flying to Yordland, who's in front and wins, I think. For Yordland might have fallen in to win from Balance. Flying Capital Call, and in the photo, Hurlstonian, 4 across the track. They were followed by Jangles, Legends, LA Blur. Then Cossack Raider, Funding, Scion, Lady Can Do. Town Hall did zilch. And last of all was Mono Bank. This is a real rib tickler. For Yordland lunging to the leaders as they get close to home. And then Balance was motoring on the outside. For Yordland might have fallen in to win from Balance, but oh, here's our replay coming up. Yes, it'll win. Fjordland number 1 is first officially. 1 John Marshall, Fjordland for Gay Waterhouse to give her a winning double. Second prize in the race is a photo finish between, what do we got there? Hurlstonian, Capital Call, the blue and the gold cap, and Balance on the outside. He's a big, long strider, and he took quite some time to balance up, and he was really starting to hit the line with great authority the last little bit, but Fjordland on the inside has fallen into win from either Capital Call, Balance and Hurlstonian. Hurlstonian and Balance are the two most prominent for second and third. Capital Call will just miss the place. Fjordland ridden by Johnny Marshall. John doesn't often ride for Gay Waterhouse when he comes down from Queensland.
Logical was slow to begin, so is Saluto, Tropical Heat, and also Conyon Royal Realm. But it is mustering some speed, so is Saluto. But it's Palawan the leader from Henry C's Gold, Polar Sun, and Royal Realm, after being slow into stride, has whipped around them to join in 4 wide. Saluto's followed it up and then came over on the inside there, Powers Hope, and going through on its inside was Striking Success. Fashion Time ahead of that pair, runs up to be about 5th. They were followed further astern by Tropical Heat, and then came Inkamala, who's well back at that point and in trouble. Got onto the heels of one, it seemed, coming down the hill. Eagle has landed, followed further back by Konya, and they were followed then by Tropical Heat, who's back near the tail of the field. Royal Realm's up there towards the leading division after being slow, as I mentioned, and Mr. Logical's last. Around the turn for home, and Henry C's Gold the leader. Polar Sun joins it on the outside. Royal Realm to third. Salute trying to push clear, and then came Palawan, Striking Success the inside, and they were followed down the outside. Carnivorous is putting in a bit of a finish with Powers Hope, and Royal Realm is now giving growl, but Henry C's Gold went to the front. From in second placing, Palawan. Carnivorous late on the scene. Henry C's Gold in front. Palawan goes to it and got it. Palawan first up scores from Henry C's Gold. Now, not sure about third, Striking Success or Powers Hope, then Tropical Heat, Carnivorous. They were followed by Polar Sun. Back in behind those then came Konya, followed by Salute. Inkamala seemed to get in trouble down the hill. Mr. Logical, Royal Realm, Fat
Joins them in the gates, and Brecon Bay will be the last to move in. Takes the outside gate, and so they're set to go. And they're off. In Major Hit in the middle of the line began reasonably well. Prince Phoenix out okay. Filligan jumped nicely. So did Stacey Jones. In the early part, Tristays easing across their heels. Brecon Bay going quickly from the outside gate. Here's the pace coming up on the first circuit now. Brecon Bay working up on the outside to go to the lead over Major Hit and Threadneedle. Filligan just behind them, and he's moving forward again on Tristays on the outside now. He's going to boot up and be with the leaders at the turnout of the straight. They're followed by Viva Sampras back in the field. At the turnout of the straight now, and Brecon Bay just the leader. Tristays working up on the outside. Threadneedle the rail, and Major Hit as a handy 4th, followed by Stacey Jones 5th on the inside of Son of Redmond. Then on the outside, a length away to Filligan, a length and a half. Viva Sampras, Solana on the inside. Prince Phoenix with it. Wonder Stout, followed by Shiraj and Ilmoge as last of all into the back. And Brecon Bay the leader near the 1400 metres. Tristays just about level with him. A length and a half then to Major Hit on the outside of Threadneedle. A length and a half to Son of Redmond. Stacey Jones on the rail. Wonder Filligan, followed by Viva Sampras. Around the outside goes Stout, and Prince Phoenix is on the rail. One Shiraj, followed then by Salonon, and Ilmoge out last of all. Well, they've slowed the tempo right down, so Son of Redmond kicks around the outside for Little Hutchie, and Son of Redmond goes out by 3 to Tristays. 1 to Brecon Bay, then Stacey Jones quickly moving to 4th. Over on the outside is Major Hit, now racing 3 deep. A length and a half further back is Threadneedle, Stout and Filligan. Viva Sampras on the outside of those, followed by Prince Phoenix. Shiraj. Ilmoge is next to last out wide, and Salonon whipped the field in. Off the back now, 700 to go, and Son of Redmond by 3 Tristays. 1 Stacey Jones, Major Hit ahead away. A length Brecon Bay, Threadneedle, and then Filligan, followed by Stout, hard ridden, and then Prince Phoenix, Viva Sampras, Shiraj, followed by Ilmoge and Salonon. Around the home turn they come at the 500. Son of Redmond will corner in front. Tristays is second, and Major Hit swings wider. Stacey Jones back on the inside 4th, and then Filligan in the straight. Son of Redmond at the 400. A couple in front of Tristays, who's under the whip. Major Hit on the outside. Prince Phoenix is coming down the middle of the course with a run from Filligan and Stacey Jones. Son of Redmond grabbed by Major Hit and Tristays together at the 200. Tristays, Major Hit with Prince Phoenix on the outside. Might be going home the better. Prince Phoenix moved up now to Major Hit, Tristays, Filligan and Son of Redmond. It's Prince Phoenix on the outside, and Prince Phoenix wins it from Son of Redmond back on the rails second, and Filligan third. Major Hit and Tristays not going on in the last little bit. Then Threadneedle, followed by Brecon Bay and Stacey Jones. Ilmoge, Shiraj, with the gap Salonon, Viva Sampras and
Now, Genevieve not too keen. She's a little bit cranky about moving up into the gates. Puts her head to the back of the stalls, and that's as far as she goes. Brian York riding her. Again, they bring the grey up, and she just doesn't want to move in. She flatly refuses, point blank, to move up. Prenuptial has the dark blue, pale blue sash and white cap. And Prenuptial in this race is the favourite. Padmini has similar colours. She's got the dark blue, pale blue V sleeves and cap. She's drawn out in about gate number 8, and Prenuptial is drawn in gate number 5. I wonder how much longer York will stay in the saddle. Generally, horses, when they get in this state of and frame of mind, they don't move in until the rider hops off. You'll often see the rider jump out of the saddle and bingo, straight in they go. Ready to jump. Glittering Girl near the inside stood well. Starter holding them. Alan Robinson rides Prenuptial. They're off, and Prenuptial in the centre of the line with Beauty Bell. Both break quickly. Once Wild is going smartly, and Padmini out deep showing speed. 3 of them contesting the early lead, with Padmini wide out about to go up and tackle Once Wild for the front. Prenuptial beautifully positioned a length away third from Glittering Girl. They were followed by Genevieve, wide out the grey, going around Little Ripper, 2 lengths to Beauty Bell. Rampant Raider and Packed House went out to the tail of the field. York caught deep on Genevieve, and she's rushed to the front at the 950 metres mark, led by 2 lengths on Padmini, with Prenuptial third, Once Wild on the fence fourth. Little Ripper is outside of Glittering Girl, 2 lengths to Beauty Bell. Rampant Raider and Packed House is back at the tail of the field. Short of 8.50 to run, and Genevieve in front. York sits back on her now, leads the way 3/4 on Padmini. Once Wild, the box seat. Prenuptial is doing it easily. In fact, she's pulling against Robinson. She's travelling that well. A length away, Little Ripper, Glittering Girl, the fence. They were followed by Beauty Bell, Rampant Raider on the inside, and last of all is Packed House. 5.50 out, Genevieve in front, led a half on Padmini. Prenuptial coming up 3 deep now, about to be given full rein. On the fence, Once Wild, Little Ripper next from Glittering Girl, Beauty Bell, Rampant Raider and Packed House. On the bend, Genevieve in front of Padmini. Prenuptial, he hasn't gone for her yet, and she's cruised up quickly to tackle the leader. Then came Once Wild in the straight. Genevieve the leader. Prenuptial's now under pressure. She's taking a fair time to wind up and go after Genevieve, who's got a kick. In fact, she booted away. Genevieve got away from Prenuptial. Beauty Bell when it's all over. Genevieve in front. Hard to load at the start, but she does it easily in the end. She goes on and wins by 2.5 lengths to Prenuptial. Every chance. Beauty Bell third. Then Padmini, Little Ripper.
Further back from Lady Bop. Speed 1 or 2 of them, and they include Canterbury Reef and Grey Recruit. And Dubai Sue began only fairly. Georgia Glomer jumped with them, but is now shuffled back. And San Andreas Fault is stooling to the lead for Marks. Leads by about 1.25 lengths. Kuravok Rose. Peaceful Sky third. Doubloons fourth. Then further back, Amur Albadea. They were followed on the outside then by Land Attack. The stablemate Misty Yates on its inside. Further back then came Dubai Sue from Georgia Gloaming, needing a bit of luck downhill. Over on the outside, Assembly Line's only got about 5 behind it, and they include Clicked. And further back behind those then, Chase and Ace racing outside of Grey Recruit, now getting back behind it. And 3 to Canopy Rose, alas, as they come around the turn, Canopy Reef. Into the home running, San Andreas Fault after getting to the early lead. Leads by a length to Kuravok Rose, the outside. Didn't quite make the turn as well as the leader. Down the outside, here's Land Attack putting in a big finish. 1 or 2 of them wobbling about a bit. Peaceful Sky gets a run up on the inside. Assembly Line's hard at it behind them, running on only fairly. Amir Albadea was behind those, and they were followed then by Out Wide Chase and Ace and Dubai Sue. But it's San Andreas Fault finding something, trying hard on the outside. Land Attack and then Assembly Line, but it's San Andreas Fault almost go to O from on the outside. Second, Land Attack. Third, the inside Assembly Line.
Alongside of their Total Control. Now the gates have filled. Aztec Star bobbing around. Total Control not quite set. Off they go now. Total Control jump reasonably. Now is the hour out fairly. Bypass was one of the first to show out. Pings to the front early, but there's Lucky Ripper. Dug up quickly on the outside to go to the lead with a lap to go. Lucky Ripper takes it up over Bypass with the rail. Now is the hour third, and they're followed by Total Control easing back to fourth, and then Granada Miss followed by Goes Off. Next Aztec Star when they turn out of the straight, followed by Wayland Honeyed Child, and then Dr. Davo towards the end. One of the last is Dance the Night now Lisa Ann whipped the field in. It's Lucky Ripper, the leader out of the straight, about a length in front of Now Is the Hour. Bypass a half length away third, the inside. 3 to 4 lengths total control with Honey Child improving around it, and then Granada Miss. One goes off back on the rails, being followed Aztec Star and a neck to Wayland. 2 lengths further back in the field then is Dance the Night on the inside, followed by Dr. Davo, and Our Lisa Ann is last of all by the 1400 metres. And the leader is Lucky Ripper into the back, about a neck clear. Now Is the Hour second on the outside, might even roll to the front here as the pace slows a bit. Back third, Bypass on the inside of Honey Child, a couple of lengths Granada Miss. Total control back on the rails, couple of lengths further back as goes off Aztec Star, 1.5 to Wayland. Dr. Davo next to last is Dance the Night, and Now Lisa Ann is last of all. Well, Now Is the Hour the leader, but Lucky Ripper's booting back on the inside now, and they lead by about 3 to 4 lengths, and the pace has quickened down the back straight. Bypass third, 3 to 4 lengths to Honey Child fourth, and then 2 lengths Total Control. Granada Misses on the outside of her, a length and a half to goes off Aztec Star. Then came Wayland, Dance the Night, Our Lisa Ann, and dropping out to be last of all Dr. Davo. Well, these two have been pressuring one another for most of the way down the back, and by the 600 metres, Now Is the Hour, a neck to Lucky Ripper. 3 to Bypass, who's camped on the pace, and they've got away 6 on Honey Child. Granada Miss, and then Wayland pull to the outside on the lime colours, followed by Total Control back on the rails when they corner. Into the straight now. Now Is the Hour dashes to the lead, but Bypass is immediately coming out after it. Lucky Ripper back on the fence has had enough. Honey Child is coming home, and then Granada Miss, and Dance the Night down the outside. Now Is the Hour at the 200 metre mark, leads by a couple to Granada Miss. Dance the Night's coming. Now Is the Hour tackled by Dance the Night on the outside. Now Is the Hour tackled by Dance the Night, going home the better, and Dance the Night, Nash Rowilla. Dance the Night wins from Now Is the Hour. Photo third. We've got Goes Off, Honey Child and Granada Miss. Not much between those three. They were clear of Aztec Star, Wayland, and then Dr. Davo. Bypass followed by Total Control. Towards the end, Our Lisa Ann, and back last.
Lakessa the inside stood well. Gifted Guru is very skinny on the tape. He's the favourite. Ready to jump. Last of the day from Canterbury Park. Movement towards the outside. Uncle Eric fidgety in the gates. Dayton the grey moving. They balance up again. Looked a good line now. But still the starter. He's waving to the attendants out wide. Racing, Dayton reared up in the air. Somehow he bounced with them, but he's going back after the start. College Park flew the gates. Lakessa and Lucky Ringer, or Lucky James, away quickly. Going fast also behind those Sex Appeal. Not too far away, moving up Express Flyer, but he's a little bit deep. A length further back on the inside, Dana Pack, Gifted Guru, Bizarre Fruit, Red Cap wide. They were followed by Pyrotech, Uncle Eric. Dayton's a mile back in the field. Back on the inside, Solid Fuel, and Arato is near the tail as they come off the back. And the leader at the 700 metres mark is Lucky Magic, leading the way from College Park. Express Flyers moved up deep around Sex Appeal. Going up on the outside, Bizarre Fruit, Gifted Guru starting to track into the race around Lakessa. Then came Uncle Eric. Dayton's a mile back in the field with Dana Pack and Pyrotech, and Solid Fuels last of all. College Park hit the lead on the bend. He raced to the front with Express Flyer. Quickly after him from Sex Appeal, Gifted Guru. He's to the outside, and Dayton the grey running on well down the centre. Express Flyer on the outsides hit the lead from College Park. Sex Appeal, Gifted Guru trying hard. College Park the inside, and also kicking on well Express Flyer. Sex Appeal flying with Gifted Guru. They hit the line and falling in Express Flyer. He's just won from Sex Appeal and Gifted Guru. Out wide on the track, Arato's rattled home Dayton the top run. Pyrotech was next from Uncle Eric. They were followed next of all in the field then by Lakessa. Well back would have been Dana Pack, Solid Fuel. Then came Lucky Magic and Bizarre Fruit with the tail enders.
And in the last at Canterbury, number 8 Express Flyer just gets